Growing up in North Alabama, I, like a lot of young Christian boys, participated in the Lads to Leaders program. I credit this program for playing a major part in shaping the Christian man and leader that I am today. But one year stands out in particular for me. When I was in 6th grade, I won the speech competition for my age division. And I remember standing in the vast ballroom on the stage, looking around as thousands of people applauded my success. And as I was receiving my trophy, I distinctly recall looking around and thinking to myself, I could do this for a living. It was right then and there in that moment that I decided I was going to be a minister. No, that's not hyperbole, nor is it a made-up story. That is really how it happened for me. As a grown man, I look back on that moment in my life and I laugh. I roll my eyes and I think, how foolish could I be? Is it really possible to think that I would have gone into ministry for that sort of reason? And yet in the very next thought, I have to pause and say, maybe it's not so uncommon. In 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 5, the Apostle Paul writes to his young protege, "The aim of our charge is love that issues from a pure heart and a good conscience and a sincere faith." Why do you think it is that Paul felt it necessary to impress upon Timothy so early on in this letter this idea that ministry is based within love? Could it be that even as grown men, we recognize that not everyone's motives are pure in the way that God would have them? For instance, if you look in the verses before and after this particular charge to Timothy, you recognize some characteristics about the men that he was going to be combating against, who were teaching the false ideas there in Ephesus. And you find that these were men who wanted to be teachers of law. They wanted the accolades. They wanted to be known as someone. You also get an indication that some of them were going into their ministries because they wanted to be able to prove other people wrong. They wanted to be the smart ones, the ones that could win all of the arguments. As ministers today, regardless of whether it's preaching or if it's family ministry or whether it's youth ministry, it's important for us to realize that it's very easy to fall into other reasons to do the work that we do. It's very easy to get caught into the trap of wanting to have the accolades for the good lessons and the high impact. It's very easy to fall prey to the idea that ministry means that I'm supposed to be the one who's right all the time, and that is the charge. That is my motivation, is I want to be the one to win all the arguments. And we need to remember that the reason why we do what we do is because we love. We love God. We love His church. We love the message of the gospel. And we love lost souls. We don't want to make things harder for them. We want them to be saved. And so as we go out this week into our ministries, maybe the challenge for us is to say, why am I doing this? What is my motivation? If my motivation is to receive praise from people or to try to win more arguments than I lose, then maybe we need to be doing something else. Or maybe when we look down deep, we realize that the reason we do this is because we love. The aim of our charge is love that issues from a pure heart and a good conscience and a sincere faith. And that is what we have been entrusted with.